What we do here is go back.
Hello there, my name is Lanius and welcome to another video on the channel. Unusual one, but well, as you might have already guessed, this one is about none other but Ethan Klein of h3h3productions. I guess I already said something about this, but if you're new to the channel, let me speak. So I was kind of a fan of Ethan. I just was a fan, okay? So I liked his old videos, even his podcasts, which were quite criticized by many as, being boring and stuff. But what famous H3 defender Starkiller has said that the podcasts are kind of more like, just chilling and stuff, and it kind of works for me, I must say. Especially, I just been watching some of the highlights on the recent episodes, which I haven't been watching, and yeah, I guess I still kind of like it, but that is not the most important thing here, because liking one's content is not the same as supporting what someone actually does, and that I really don't anymore. So let's show you one of the highlights, at least a fragment of it. So let's see and listen.
One should be able to do and say whatever they want, even if that includes making death threats against somebody. I would like to draw your attention to one video of Keemstar.
So I guess no one wants you to draw anyone's attention to this video, but I will say a little more about it in a moment. So let's see.
Talking to a man named Brit Bong. In fact, I'll let this video speak for itself. And just remember, if Keemstar's channel ever does get banned, just play him this video. Well, this is a great one. I think you guys will enjoy this.
I used to go by the name Britbong Returns, but at the moment I go by Mr. BTFO. Mainly I had to change my name because people were literally non-stop trying to flag me down. I've had people...
Okay, so I guess we're not going to watch all of this, but now let's switch to another video. This video by Bow Blacks, and this one fragment of Mutahar talking about who Britbong is, and also some additional stuff that may give you a idea who that guy really is. So
here is what Mutahar said on Augie RFC's stream.
He wants to just paint some narrative, all right? He'll use whatever evidence is tossed towards his side to use against Keemstar. And the problem with it is that evidence, especially in this case, he's now platforming somebody who has done pretty fucking heinous shit. And it's almost like, I don't believe that he doesn't know how bad this person is, personally. I have to believe that after all of the community message, no, I believe
he was warned back in May.
Okay, he was told, not just from me, but from like multiple other commentators, multiple other large figures in the community. Now, whether he wanted to accept that or not because of associations, or whether he truly believed that, we were speaking of true intentions or whatever, I don't care. But like at the end of the day, retweeting that, I gotta agree with Nick over here, retweeting it and constantly pushing it now, it seems as though it's, in his mind, in his view, it's trying to get that one up over Keem. But I mean, this is not something you can let fly, because this is a very dangerous individual, right? It's like, why are you now platforming a guy that has this much baggage? And I personally can't believe that Ethan doesn't know this to an extent. He has to know. Like, we've told him. Whether he chooses to believe it or not is his prerogative.
Now, obviously, these allegations are very, very heavy. No matter how many YouTubers corroborate it, we just can't go around calling people a doxer, a false flagger, and someone who sends CP without actually having any evidence. Luckily, I have that for you today. Let's start off with the doxing. Here's a clip of Britbong talking about doxing Colossal's crazy.
I'm not the one to dox people that I used to know, man, but still, you know, Colossal, mate, I know everything about you. I know your dad's name, I know every one of your fucking I know your brother, I know where your brother lives, I know everything about you, mate. Mate, you know, I could do so much stuff.
This was tweeted out by Keemstar back in May, and Ethan acknowledged it by replying and saying, "So he did what you do? Got it."
So it seems like Ethan is really going to do anything or promote anyone to have a shot at Keemstar. So if he thinks that Keemstar is so evil, so why is he promoting someone that he himself have acknowledged that the guy is at least as bad as Keemstar is? So there was a kind of discussion if, you know, attacking someone's sponsors is worth canceling or deplatforming someone who is harming the community. So this might be discussed, but when we have a guy like this Britbong, I don't think he should do it, which is kind of obvious to everyone except Ethan, who now isn't reacting in any way to the comments he gets on Twitter. And no, it's just like with the infamous video vigilante, which he wasn't acknowledging at all until quite recently when he actually reacted to it. So I guess he will keep doing it, but I don't know if people will just let it slide, because for a reason so many people don't really want anything, don't want any publicity for Britbong, and now he has it because Ethan doesn't like him and he doesn't care what it takes to have a shot at him. So I mean, the least he could do is, I don't know, deleting this highlight from the highlights channel, and it's still there. So I'm now looking at the comments, and I guess people are kind of buying what Ethan says. I guess many people are quite unhappy with what Ethan is doing. It's giving a platform to a doxer and even worse. So, and that is kind of a peak of what Ethan has reached with his crusade against Keemstar, which he already lost. Because as some video, I guess it was Nicolas Diorio's one, he has shown the social blade, the statistics of the analytics of the channel. So Keemstar lost quite a bit of subscribers, but he kind of already recovered from that, and Ethan just keeps losing more and more and more and more and more. So it isn't working. So maybe he should finally stop, but it seems that he's not going to. I also wonder how long is he going to keep it that way. I mean, not reacting to people calling him out. I know he already has his opinion on people like Nicolas Diorio and the other commentary YouTubers that he just started ignoring them, I guess. Because for a while he was kind of fighting with them, then he was kind of friends with Blacks, but then he tried to cancel him for some old stupid song, and now he apparently is blocking everybody who mentions who is calling him out for the Britbong stuff. So, but I wonder when he would react or do something about it. Also, Ethan, like many others, were celebrating Leafy being terminated, but to be honest, okay, Leafy was kind of his enemy, so I guess nobody thinks it's that bad to poke some fun at his quote-unquote demise, but Ethan kind of acts now like he's, is squeaky clean in the terms of, harassing someone and stuff. Like he found it really disturbing that Leafy was joking about having a gun and stuff on Keemstar's channel on Storyfire, and also his photos on Instagram with the gun. But Ethan himself, together with iDubbbz, have recorded a video where they are just playing with guns, shooting, and at some point they were pretending that they are shooting some city council member, but then they said it's just a joke and it's okay. So if Leafy says it's a joke, it doesn't mean anything, but yeah. And also even more quote-unquote disturbing is iDubbbz's Content Cop, where he is literally shooting and destroying a gnome who represents Keemstar, and that's fine, I guess. Yeah? So I mean, it's just a video, but honestly I felt like it's kind of a little over the edge doing stuff like this. I mean, this gnome destroying, but apparently even Keemstar himself was kind of cool with it, so whatever, it's just made funny. And well, I think that if Ethan is going to really criticize someone for this kind of jokes, so it's better to not make them himself. Also, kind of most of his podcast highlights is him just literally making fun of someone, but then he criticizes someone for doing the same. So the worst thing ever is always when he gets some criticism, some hate, which he actually decides to address in any way. He's in the end saying something like, "Oh, I'm so bad, I'm so piece of shit," and he expects his fans, his friends, or Ila to tell him that no, you are not, it's okay, whatever. Literally something like this happened on the podcast, but maybe at this point, I don't know. Maybe you kind of are, yeah? Because you don't really think about what you are doing, you only want to, you know, find something to cancel a guy you don't like. I mean, of course, Keemstar have done some bad shit, but everyone knows about it already. No one thinks that Keemstar is a good guy, but what Ethan is doing makes him actually look worse than Keemstar. So I guess it's not working. So maybe just stop it finally. So anyway, at the beginning of the drama I was kind of on Ethan's side, but then I was kind of in the middle, and then again, and whatever, but he's just out of control at this point. He's criticizing people for being irresponsible, and he's liking some outrageous tweets by Trisha Paytas because he's making a podcast with her. So what the hell? So I guess that's all I wanted to say here for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.